Hello guys, and welcome once again to Viper's 888 Magic. And today we're going to show you a trick which is a variation to the original cut and flip trick I performed some time ago. But this case we're going to use two packs, one red and one blue. And like before, they're in no particular order and it's complete decks apart from the jokers. Now what I would normally do now is ask you to select a random number somewhere between 12 and 35. Then I will count off that number from this pile there, this pile here, and then swap them over, then cut them several times, and then cut to a certain card and tell you whatever that top card is. So to simulate the numbers, or the choice of the number, what I'm going to use is a set of discs, and there's 12 in this pile, randomly shuffled and selected, and 12 in this pile, numbers between 12 and 35. And I'm now going to use a single dice to select one of these piles. So the red pile will be an even number and the blue pile will be an odd number, which will determine which one of these piles we're going to select. So we've actually thrown a 2, so that's the even pile number here. So we will now get rid of those discs and we're left with 12 randomly selected discs between 12 and 35. So as I said at the start, I would normally ask you to pick a number. So what we're going to do now is use two dices, roll them, and the combined number together will be the amount of discs I count down from the top, and that will be your chosen number. So we've actually thrown a 2 and a 4, so that's 6. So we're going to count down 6 from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the number that you would have selected would be 25. So now I'm going to count 25 cards down from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And then do exactly the same for this pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So now what I'm going to do is combine that pile together and those piles together, and now I'm going to just randomly cut them a few times, so all those cards are now well and truly mixed up. And I'll do the same for this pile as well. So as you can see, the red and blue cards are quite randomly mixed up. So what I'm going to do now is actually look at both piles individually and just try and memorize the order that these cards are currently in. For that pile, and we do the same for this pile as well. And getting closer to the end now. Yep. So what I would normally do now is get you to cut each of the piles one more time. So we'll actually do that. So we'll just recap. We started off with 2 packs of cards, 1 red, 1 blue, and we selected a number between 12 and 35 to pick off that amount of cards. In this case it was 25 from one pile, put them onto the other pile and do exactly the same for the other one. So now what I would do is obviously get you to cut the cards and flip them over. So we flip them over. Queen of clubs. So that card itself should be, in theory, a 9 of diamonds. And we do exactly the same to this pile. A jack of spades, and this card will be the 2 of hearts. So I hope you like the trick, guys, and you stick around and watch the explanation, and we can do this one more time just to show you one more time. We just throw this select down to there. King of spades, this card is the King of hearts. So once again, I hope you like the trick. So if you stick around, and I'll show you how I did it. Thank you. Hi guys, well I hope you like the trick, and without further ado we'll crack on and explain how it's all done. The use of 2 different coloured backs of cards is all part of the show. It's a bit of panache and a bit of style. I mean, if you use 2 identical coloured backs of cards, then it wouldn't look exactly the same. So in this case I've used the blue and the red backed cards. The important bit about these 2 piles of cards when you start off is the order that they're in is identical, as in 2 of hearts is at the top, and all the cards all the way down to the jack of spades is identical. The setup of each pile of cards again is identical, in the sense of the hearts, clubs, diamonds, spades configuration, hearts, clubs, diamonds, spade configuration, and then the numerical value between the heart and the club is 14. The diamond and the spade is 14, and then the spade and the heart is a numerical value of 13. And then from the king of clubs down to the 8 of clubs, the numerical value between the 2 is 21. So if you cut to the king of the queen of clubs, then the next diamond in the sequence is 9. And then from the 7 of clubs down to the ace of clubs, the numerical value is 8. So if you cut to the 6 of clubs in this case, the next card in the sequence will be 6 from 8, which is 2, gives you the 2 of diamonds. And then the whole of the pack is set up in that order, same with this pack, so they're identical packs itself. In the trick, normally what I would do is, as I said, I would explain to you by asking you to randomly select a number mid-range of the cards, somewhere between 12 and 35, and obviously you give me that number, and then I just count off the relevant number that you've chosen, whatever it may be. But in the trick I showed you the use of the 2 dices and these particular labeled numbers, and there's 12 in each pile ranging from 12 to 35, and to select one of them to make it a bit more interesting, I used the use of a dice, 1 dice, to say okay, if it's an even number we pick a certain pile, if it's an odd number we pick the other pile. It doesn't really make much difference, but it's just a way of explaining to you or getting you to pick the particular number. So obviously we've thrown an odd one or an even number, we take that pile away, we're going to use this one, and then the combination of the 2 dices together, when you roll them and add them together, that gives us a total of 9. So if you count down 9 from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's 14 cards, which simulates the number that you would have chosen at the beginning. So again, in the trick I counted down XYZ cards, so in this case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And again, it's very important that you do it in that order, because if you do it the other way, you'll change the order of the cards themselves, which won't make the trick work. So it's 14 cards there, and we do exactly the same here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And lo and behold, it's a 7 of clubs. So in theory, both these cards should be the ace of diamonds, which they are. Okay, so when I actually move this pile to there and this pile to there, the actual order of the cards themselves hasn't changed. Still got the 2 of hearts there, still got the 2 of hearts there, and we know what this is cards because we've just shown you it's the ace of diamonds. So when you put them on there and then you cut each pile, it doesn't matter where you cut them or what you do to them after that, because you know what the order of the cards is going to be in. And yeah, I hope you like the trick, and don't forget to put a tick in the like box, subscribe, leave your comments, and thank you very much for watching, and have a great day and keep safe.